Hey, good evening, everybody. Sammy Thunder here. Welcome back to the channel. This is a different perspective as far as camera angles go, but I generally don't do a lot of hobby talk, but I've been seeing some videos lately of people kind of chiming in with their thoughts about the whole grading situation, price changes and whatnot, and I figured I'd kind of throw my 2 cents in there. Um, for me, grading is very straightforward as far as why I do it. I know I've mentioned this in videos in the past, and so for me, grading is about preservation. And everybody has a reason to grade. There's no right or wrong reason to grade, but for me, it's all about preservation and also like the curiosity of what they're going to grade. And for me, SGC is that company because one, I think SGC is great for vintage cards. They showcase really nicely. And another thing is that their process is just very streamlined. There's no memberships. There's nothing you really have to go out of your way for to in order to submit something. And the process to me is just, as far as when it comes to submission, when it comes to putting in the invoice, it's they clear cut. And I'm sure PSA probably does the same thing, but you have to pay $100 annually, and then after that, the price is I think like the price right now for like an economy level, if I'm not mistaken, it's like $18, and it goes up from there. Um, Given that PSA kind of has that premium establishment about it, and their turnaround times are a lot wider for that very reason that there's more submissions. It makes sense. Um, so I don't know. I mean, I think everybody has their reasons why they go with the grading company they choose. It seems the impression is that if you are looking to resell a card for a profit, then PSA is probably your best choice because you'll get the biggest bang for your buck once you get the card back. And SGC, I think SGC is starting to kind of make waves in the hobby and starting to become a major player. I think they've been. I mean, honestly, I think they've been a major player for quite a while. But I think more people are recognizing that SGC has established quite a reputation, and at this moment now, they also dropped their prices down. They're, I think, like $30 a card, and they had a thing where they give you a bulk deal, but they never really kind of gave you information on like how many cards you needed for that bulk deal. And now they've streamlined it so that if you submit more than 10 cards, there's like a tier level. So like 1 to 9 cards, I think is $24, which is quite a drop from 30 in my opinion. So from 30 to 24, that's a nice drop. And then I think from like 10 to 19, I can't remember exactly off the top of my head, but then it goes to 22 and 20 and so forth. So for me, I've had a great experience with SGC. Um, I think the black and white of the SGC slab just really kind of showcases the cards a lot better. It may not bring the same premium that a PSA slab will, but again, I'm a collector primarily. I'm not a dealer. I do sell cards, but generally I only focus on selling raw and not too many graded. A lot of the stuff that I do grade is for the collection in particular. So I personally go with SGC for a lot of my vintage. I think a lot of people like I said in the past, there have been collectors and dealers who think SGC and vintage just go hand in glove with each other. So that's my personal take on it, and I think I'll just continue with going SGC, unless I decide I want to sell some of the vintage raw cards that I have that I want to get graded. I mean, then I think PSA right now is the gold standard, so it makes sense to go with PSA. But at the moment now, for anything PC related, SGC is my go-to choice. I'm wondering what y'all think. Do y'all kind of feel the same way that, you know, for selling cards, PSA is probably the better way to go, but for collecting and especially only with vintage. I'm not talking about modern cards, but with vintage, is it better to, for collection purposes, to stick with SGC because it just looks nicer, and so you can showcase your cards and it just looks better in a SGC slab. And if you're looking to sell cards that you don't mind parting with, going with a PSA slab is probably the better choice. But then again, ultimately, you have to consider, like, how long are you comfortable with being away from that card. PSA has a larger turnaround time versus SGC, which you'll have the card back probably within a week and a half at most. So yeah, just curious what y'all think. Just some thought that I had, and love to hear what you think. So thank you so much for listening. If you're not subscribed already, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, as well as liking this video so we can grow this channel together. Thank you so much. Have a great night.